Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis, and this is a daily close for Bitcoin. And today in the intraday we said of course we are inside this area, the blue box, where we are expecting a potential move toward the downside in case we are here in an A B and a C where we had a confluence, and now we see of course that the price has moved toward the upside. We mentioned already that we didn't took the invalidation yet. It was very close and very near for it, but it didn't took it yet. So we have a kind of like a wave 3 here unfolding toward the upside, surpassing or overshooting this blue zone, and of course the fib levels for an expanding flat. Now of course it can still be an expanding flat or a wave C here, overshooting a little bit, but the potential is back a little bit for Bitcoin here for a little bit higher prices. Now basically I have to admit that Bitcoin, it doesn't look strong enough anymore. It looks very exhausted. The chart of course was already very exhausted from the beginning, of course, of this move toward the upside. We have here an issue with this impulse and also all the movement here with very sideways. Yeah, so it is already an over exhausted and overbought chart right now for Bitcoin. I believe we got some all-time highs and several times, by the way, and we're still getting more, right? So potentially it can still be, of course, looking for this wave 4. We are still in this valid scenario where you have 1 2 3 4 and a 5. You didn't took yet, of course, the invalidation, therefore we still continuing towards the blue box. But does this mean that we might be very bullish? Can be, of course, but still, of course, I have to mention that we are still inside this blue zone of an expanding flat wave B, and still a little bit far to say that we are out of it and that we are bullish. Okay, so once we of course overshoot this blue zone, therefore okay, we can say we are right now in the bullish scenario, because this is a target of your bullish scenario over 130k, while your wave B can still be of course 126k and then moving toward the downside. Okay, so this is a difference right now with those two scenarios. This is what I'm looking for right now. It still, of course, can range towards this area, which is in confluence. Again, of course, as you can see, there is a confluence area here between both the targets of a wave B and the targets of a wave 3 to finish a wave C here. Yeah? And in this case scenario, you might finish in between. So very interesting area to be watched, of course. Now we can see, I already mentioned also in the intraday, the dominance is of course breaking down and of course moving very massively, very sharply as well. And we broke the trend, right? The trend for a diagonal. I was trying to give it one more chance, one more high, in case of course we get like wave 5, wave 3 here as a zigzag. But yeah, it broke the trend. That is a signal. Okay, that is a signal that there is no continuation for higher anymore. You topped here for a wave 5, you finished an impulse 1 2 3 4 and a 5. It's time for the altcoins. Okay, so if you remember, we mentioned of course that this altcoins, we were calling for it since a long time, and here we go. Now it is unfolding. We are looking at all the altcoins moving toward the upside, including Ethereum, right? Like Ethereum, which is of course the first rank competitor, I would say, for Bitcoin as altcoin. You can see of course how much stronger it is right now, right? So this is a very clear evidence right now that we are, yes, definitely we are in alt season right now. It's time for the altcoin to give them a chance for higher prices. This is how the crypto market normally works, and of course don't forget you have to be selective with your altcoins. Of course, for example, Ethereum is showing very strong movement. Sui is also in second rent, is very strong movement. Now, of course, exhaustion because while the other altcoins were moving down, Sui was exploding. Yeah, so it has been a while that yeah, it has decoupled, even I would say, from the other altcoins. So basically, yeah, very strong chart. Tau also is very strong, also exhausted a little bit. But we see, of course, right now giving a chance much more, for example, for Ethereum. Injective render as well is also showing some strengths. Also Solana, we don't want to forget Solana as well, very strong right now. So those are the strongest altcoins currently. Of course, they are still in an impulse. They might finish up soon, but and of course unfolding some wave 4 and a 5 continuation toward the upside until this alt season finish. Now, Bitcoin, in the opposite side, what Bitcoin will do will range for higher. It can, of course, move for higher. It can move sideways. It can sideways or move in diagonals somehow like this until it enters this area, and it might hit the confluence area that we saw it here between both targets. So what I'm expecting for Bitcoin doing something like that, potentially might overshoot a little bit and then start the move toward the downside. So this was it for a Bitcoin analysis, and of course the starting of the altcoins officially, I would say, very obvious. Thank you for watching, thank you for your likes and comments, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.